Do I look okay?
You look fine.
Do I?
You look fine. Okay.
No, I want to talk a little bit before I start. Is it already going?
Yeah.
Well, I've been missing my girlfriends and my sew groups, so I'm going to have a sew day with you guys. Las Vegas today, our last day. This morning it was rainy and there was a little bit of thunder and overcast, so there was no pool time. But we went to our new friends, Sue and Rock's house, who live here in Las Vegas, and we met them at the Sedona RV Park, and what a fabulous breakfast they served up. Their house is beautiful, filled with fabulous pieces of art, everything I loved. But after we spent the morning with them, we came back. We stopped at a quilt shop on the way back. There is a new quilt store in Las Vegas, and it is huge. And I will be doing a slideshow of that quilt shop on one of the other sites. They have 15,000 bolts of fabric, if you can believe it. It was really big. And so I've decided to go through my projects and figure out what I wanted to sew on today while I was just hanging out with you. And one of the projects I brought that has been my declared UFO with the Woolies group in Bend, Oregon, was my Christmas Gatherings quilt. And I had a whole lot of half square triangles to make. So I brought all of the things that I needed to make those half square triangles. And this is the first time I've been using triangle paper. And so you put your right sides together of fabric, and then you cut your triangle paper. It comes on a roll. Or if you go to Primitive Gatherings, they sell it by the sheet, and you pin it to your fabric. And so you sew on the dotted lines, and there's arrows that make it easy to follow, and then you cut on the solid line. So I'm going to sew all of the half square triangles that I need for that quilt top. Well, I'm waiting for the sun to come out so I can go to the pool. And just like that, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 half square triangles already made. I just have to cut them apart, and they will be perfect 2.5 inch half square triangles. The thing about it is you have to pin the paper securely so it doesn't slip while you're sewing. But other than that, this is really, really easy. So then I just have to cut them apart, and then I have all those half square triangles. The bobbin ran out of thread, and so I have to rewind the bobbin. So close. I was so close. What kept me from finishing this project and it becoming a UFO was the thought of making all these half square triangles. But with this triangle paper, I have made 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 240 half square triangles in about an hour. So I am thinking this triangle paper is like the best thing there is. You won't see them the next step of this process because I still have not found my cutting board. So I have a feeling it's sitting in my garage at home. So when I get home, I will cut these apart and then start working on that UFO, and I'll show you that step when I get there back at my sewing room in another week or so. Someone asked me if I thought I packed too many projects, and I don't think I did. There are projects that I will not even touch this trip, but there was a real security in knowing that I had them. I was more fearful of running out of things to do than having too much with me. So I feel pretty comfortable with what I brought. I am not going to even have made a dent in what I brought, but I feel good about it. The other thing is, I am really glad I brought a sewing machine. There's something, even though I haven't sewn at a machine a lot this trip, there was a security and a comfort in knowing that it was with me. So if I had the urge, I could.